My name is Charlie McGrath. I'm the founder of WideAwakeNews.com and a host on the Rinse Radio Network. And you can be rest assured that the NSA has recorded this video, tucked it away nicely, pigeonholed it in a fusion center, probably in Utah, for review and analysis at a later date. Hero Edward Snowden, who's on the run right now in Hong Kong trying to avoid the full weight and force of the U.S. government. Edward Snowden had enlightened the world to just how far the U.S. government is willing to go to destroy freedom. And of course, the argument's going to be we need this kind of PRISM program in order to protect the people against terror. And I say no, we do not. I say that there is no war on terror. I say that everything that has been brought to our attention over the last nearly 2 decades is a complete and utter distraction against a handful of individuals who want to do harm to Americans, but have neither the technology or the resources to accomplish this, yet they're a perfect enemy because they cannot give up, they can't surrender, they don't have a flag, they don't have a country, and it can go on forever. So what is the end result of going on forever? An enemy you cannot defeat. Look around, America. This is the end result. Edward Snowden even said, I do not want to live in a society where everything is surveilled and everything is recorded. This is his motivation for releasing this information. This is one individual with the courage to do what's right, working for a private company who was contracted by the NSA. Collusion of private industry and government is fascism. This one individual who decided to take the information and do the right thing with it. How many individuals are working for private corporations who are being contracted by the government who are doing the wrong thing with this information? They shouldn't have this information in the first place. But if we have one come forward as a whistleblower, how many do we have using this information erroneously? The answer is we don't know, but we can assume if there's one guy doing the right thing, there's multitudes doing the wrong thing. So what was the response from Washington, D.C.? Were they freaking out because the NSA is stealing information from the people of this country, violating their privacy at every single turn, recording everything, every keystroke they make or every telephone call that they make? Was there outrage? Nope, there was not outrage. It was all directed towards Edward Snowden. Mike Rogers said we need to prosecute him to the fullest extent of the law. We're going to prosecute this guy to the fullest extent of the law. We see with Bradley Manning, another hero, what that means. We can charge him with something, anti-terror this, Homeland Security that, and put him in prison for the rest of his life. Or they can find him overseas and drop a Hellfire missile on him, and that will be the end of the problem. James Clapper, Director of National Intelligence, came out with the following statement, and this one is almost laughable. Violates sacred trust for this country, and the damage is huge. So James Clapper is talking about the sacred trust. This whistleblower, releasing this information, violates the sacred trust of America and does huge damage. How can they utter these statements with a straight face? What is damaging, what violates the trust of America is a government that is so out of control, a government that is so large and bloated that it believes it has the authority to record every piece of information that you put online, to read your emails, to listen to your phone calls, to track your computer. They believe they have this power. They've given themselves this power. And we have representatives in Washington, D.C. that want to now go after this guy and prosecute him to the fullest extent of the law because he violated the trust of America. Listen, Washington, you have violated the trust of the American people. This is a violation of the trust of the American people. It's time that we as a nation wake up. This needs to be the wake-up call, folks. Everybody you know uses a computer. Everybody you know has had their information recorded and cataloged by some security agency or another. Enough is enough. How far are we willing to allow this to go? Are we going to let them come in and put a camera in every home? Are we going to let them come in and inspect how the conditions of our living conditions are and maybe take our kids and maybe not take our kids? How far are we willing to go? And when will we stand up as a people and say, we are taking this country back? Ron Paul had it right. He's the only one who had it right in a recent comment that he said, we need to be watching the government more, and the government needs to be watching us less. This is a true statement if there ever has been one. Please spread this video around. Try to wake people up. It is almost too late. I mean, I don't know how much further down the road we go before we end up at a complete, total military dictatorship or civil war. Stories are attached. That's all I got.